Hi, everybody. I'm Professor B here at the Gold Bar Distillery out here in Treasure Island. It, we're yeah, juice. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go to Kyle Shanahan's press conference right now on Niners Radio 49.
Biggest one. The first half, just the run defense was real disappointing. I thought we got out of a gaps a number of times. I thought we had way too many missed tackles. Just them being able to control that clock in the first half was one of the worst ones I've been a part of, just for as far as a half. I thought we stepped it up there in the second half, did better, especially in the run game. Offense got an opportunity to get going. They gave us an opportunity to get back in the game. And then to have those 3 turnovers, that all 3 led to touchdowns with 21 points. You top that with the penalties and stuff, and that's how you get embarrassed like that. The first one, they had 12 personnel, 2 tight ends in the huddle, which means we have base defense out. They sent another receiver on the field to sub, which when they sub, they're supposed to allow us to sub. So as soon as they did that, we started to change our personnel, and then they rushed up to the line and snapped it. It was a strategic play by them, but one that I don't feel should have been allowed. They didn't give us time to sub on that, and that's why I was upset on that. And then the next one, because they got away with the first one, they tried to do it again the next play, and that's when I went out there arguing again. This time they did allow us to sub. I was out there screaming the whole time, so I'm not exactly aware of what happened with our 12 guys. But obviously we had 12 guys out there. They gave us time to sub, and we didn't get one off. So the second one was on us. When you play first half like that, we gotta be on in the second half. And I loved how we came out on that kick return. I thought that was going to give us some huge momentum. Got called back with that penalty, so we had to go on a long, good drive. And on that drive, I think we got stopped on 4th and 2. But our defense, I think, held them to a 3 and out, so we got it right back. And we were driving, and I thought it seemed like a hell of a throw. They had some soft zone, and he threaded in there between their 2 backers, and looked like it went off Debo's hands. And that was huge because we were trying to get back in the game, but also because they got a big return and got 7 points off of it. Big. That was huge at the beginning of the game. We were struggling to get the ball at the beginning of the game, and both of those first 2 drives. We had 2nd and 1 and go back to 2nd and 6 on that tip ball. And then the next one we started in 1st and 20. So I thought that killed us in the opening drives. And I'll see on those special team ones, a couple I looked up on the scoreboard and, see on the plane how much we agree with them or not. But we got to be much better with the penalties, obviously.
I know you never want those issues, but when you're missing as many key guys as you are, is it even more imperative to play clean?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really not concerned right now about how many guys we missed today. We don't play good enough, so that's not a factor. But when you are missing some guys, you do have to be better. And when you have those penalties, when we didn't stop the run like we did, and then having those 3 turnovers in the second half, that's how you get embarrassed.
When did Brandon?
What was your assessment of how Allen performed and
I thought Allen, from what I saw, first of all, we all got embarrassed. So no one played that great. But Brandon, I thought he did some good things. I thought he made some big throws. Just the plays I can think of. He had a rough one in the beginning that he threw to them. They dropped. 2 plays he just slipped on that field that, hurt us. But I thought Brandon made some big throws and stuff and gave us a chance.
When did he injure his finger?
It was a few weeks ago, whenever we reported it.
Why start him in spite of the injury?
Because he's not hurt. You said why start him? Why start him because of the injury?
In spite of the injury.
He's fine. He hurt his fingers like 3 weeks ago. No, I mean, we haven't done anything since. He's been rehabbing the whole time here, and sure we'll take him through some stuff early Monday or Tuesday and got a better idea then.
How close was Trent today? What was that decision?
It was close. I mean, it took it all the way up to now, but I mean, all the way up till today. But you know, he was hurting yesterday a little worse than last week at this time, which made us nervous, and didn't wake up good today.
What is he Christian?
I mean, we didn't get our run game going much. I think we only had about 14 carries, and you know, we didn't see much from anybody today.
Do you feel like you guys have lost some of that, the physicality that you guys try to have as a building block for this team?
In what aspect?
It just seems in the running game both ways. You know, the offensive running game and then the run defense just seems to be. It almost feels like you guys are kind of getting pushed around up front.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a good old line. They got a good scheme. You know, they ran the ball well. I mean, when you say we're missing physicality, I mean, we are missing some guys, you know, especially some of the more physical guys in terms of like Greenlaw and stuff, and some of our D linemen, and you know, losing our biggest run stopper and Jordan Elliott during that game. So when you're missing some guys out there, which makes a difference, but I thought they did better in the runs versus in the second half. Offensively, I don't think we're lacking physicality. We just didn't get a run game going today, and a lot of that has to do with not attempting to do much of it too.
You guys good?
It's good. All right, guys.
All right, Brian, Professor B. Davis here. We're watching 49ers post-game live on Niners Radio 49, and that's the way how it went this afternoon in Green Bay. As it now it's evening,
Yeah, we started out really
so
slow.
we're going to consider right now to Christian McCaffrey as he at the podium.
Started slow. Penalties and turnovers really killed us all day today.
Your interception looked like a good throw. What did you see on that?
Tight window. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But obviously, a tough catch. If he was going to catch it, it'd be a really tough catch. But you know, I got a lot of trust in Debo. I'd probably throw it again, but definitely a tough contested catch, tough throw, but didn't work out for us.
Obviously, it's not your throwing hand, but did the broken finger that have any
No.
impact on you?
No, not at all.
What, did you get slick a couple times with the slick surface?
Yeah, it started, I don't know, it's snowing, rain, whatever, in the second half a little bit, so just made it a little bit slicker, and it kind of killed us on two. I had one play I could have got it to JJ, started slipping on it, and then the fumble, that one's still right on top of my mind right now. Just brutal, but yeah, it's just unfortunate.
What do you think?
Oh, the turnover, fumbled the ball, gave him short field, so that's brutal on the team.
It's kind of hard to get off to a quick start. How much of those penalties kind of affect you guys in a couple weeks in a row now?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to overcome penalties, but you know, I think we have the guys that can. Doesn't help drives anytime you have penalties on it. So you know, we want to play as clean as we can, but just weren't able to then.
What kind of input did Brock have on the sideline?
He was great. You know, asked for how I was seeing it, what he was seeing, some of the rotation stuff they had going on, and how he was seeing it, and you know, ideas where to get the ball. But he was really helpful on the sideline for me.
You guys were hanging around. You got that second half.
Mhm.
You scored. I mean, was there a sense of like, hey, you know, we're not out of this?
No, I don't think we ever thought we were out of it. Especially getting the ball in the second half, scoring late in the first, and then getting the ball in the second half and getting that drive going a little bit, and then stalling out. I think that was the fourth down we didn't get. But yeah, no, we knew if we went down and scored to make it a one-score game there, we'd be right back in it. But you know, unfortunately, on those first two drives, I think we were getting some momentum going, but yeah, didn't capitalize.
Did you, I mean, at some point, maybe not saying start game at one time, but at some point, did you feel like, okay, I'm in a rhythm? I mean, it's really tough because you know, didn't have many offensive snaps to begin with.
Right.
But at
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Getting back into the rhythm of it, the live bullets and all that, and I think the first 2 drives. I think we got 3 drives total in the first half, maybe. So, yeah, the first 2 drives being basically 3-and-outs. Yeah, it didn't help us as an offense really. Just getting to a rhythm at all.
All right, Professor B here. We're at the Gold Bar Whiskey here in Treasure Island here in the city. As right now we just, you just heard it from Allen as the 49ers fall into the Brendan Allen that that's how the story ended this afternoon. And Allen's record is now 1-6 in his career as a starter, and that just shows you right there. We're here at the Niners Radio 49. We're at 4:58. We're 2 minutes before the top of the hour of 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If you want to come on and talk 49er football, our hotline number right now, before we get back to the podium, is area code 628-239-8475. That's 628-239-8475. I know Niner fans, it's a tough day. The Niners are in a dogfight, but the good news, if they need the consolation, Arizona Cardinals did lose to they end up losing to the Seahawks up in Seattle. Seahawks, they've now beaten the Cardinals 6 straight times. They won this afternoon, so that means the 49ers are still, only 1 game out of the NFC West. However, the bad news is, they're 3 games. The bad news is they're now 3 games out of the last playoff spot. And like I tell you right now, the final spots for the playoff is coming. At least 2, maybe 3 teams are going to be coming out of the NFC North, which is considered the best division in football. And the Niners are going to have to focus in on trying to stay at bay with Arizona. And we're going to try to. We're here at the Gold Bar Whiskey, my man. So we're just, we talk about it every year. It's so different. Last year the Niners were getting the breaks, getting those plays come through. This year it's not. They've been hit by injuries. Nick Bosa was out for today's game. He didn't play. 4 stars did not. So it's just one of those days where the question is why. I mean, they could have gave out of fairness, Brandon Allen did beat out Josh Dobbs for the second string quarterback, and I think he was just not sharp. He did throw a touchdown pass, but it's a tough one this afternoon for 49er fans. If you want to come on and talk to 49er football right now, hotline number is 268-239-8475. That's 628-239-8475 is the hotline number. Check us out on all our YouTube content, youtube.com/@939. All the video content is courtesy from picking up all the video feed, video and audio feed is courtesy from 49ers.com. So we just want to give them a shout out for educational and informational only. And we're not trying to sell off anything. We want to keep it within the. So for Niner fans, I know it's tough, but now the Niners face the prospect right now of next week. They're going to take on the Buffalo Bills, who are off this weekend, and we're off this weekend, had their bye week this weekend. They play the Bills 1 week from tonight on NBC Sports for Sunday Night Football, and the Niners going to have to try to play the role of Rocky Balboa if they're going to pull off the upset of the year. And the injuries are the nature of the game last year. The Niners were getting their plays, they're getting the plays, and they avoided a lot of serious injuries. And this year it's been the total opposite. That's how the NFL plays, And people started to wonder if the Super Bowl hangover was the factor, probably so. So we're just going to have to, Niners going to have to try to just weather the storm to get some of the players back. Bosa, with the oblique injury, those things take forever to heal. No boots are no joke. Just like a pitcher getting, a baseball player getting an oblique strain or so, swinging the bat, that takes time to heal. That does not take overnight. And that puts it into a personal perspective. So we're going to try to get, we're going to get some more players on, some more players coming to the podium. Video feed courtesy of 49ers.com. And like I said, no copyright infringement. It's just for our audience. We're trying to get as much information we can give. And for educational, informational news purposes. And, we just want to do it out of fair and good taste and fair play. So we're right now at 5:03, 3 minutes past the top of the hour at 5 o'clock. We're going to take this quick break, and we'll be right back. We're here at the Gold Bar Whisky Dog here, Professor B for Niners Radio Live, 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49.
You got the pink phone? Is this you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, Professor B here. We're live here at the Gold Bar Whiskey. My man Antonio Arvalo, J-Mar got the. Make sure you send that to me, Professor B. Hey, how you been, Tony? I know it's a tough one today.
Tough loss. I think we got the Super Bowl hangover, B. I think we got the Super Bowl hangover, and guys are hurt. Things aren't working out. Penalties. Defense is banged up. The energy, the momentum. I mean, a lot of things I could talk about, but I think that there's things we can always look at as fans and say, we should change this, or why didn't Josh Dobbs play? But in the end, the writing's on the wall. I'm not throwing in the towel. Arizona just lost,
they
but
just lost, and they're still at worst a game back. But I think it looks at right now the last two playoff spots. I think the NFC North is considered right now the best division in football. And back in our youth, the teenage years before realignment, formerly known like the artist formerly known as Prince, the black and blue division, formerly known as the NFC Central, and that is a black and blue bloodbath division every week. At this time of the year, you got to run the football.
Yeah. We got to run the ball. We should have been running the ball a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we ran the ball today. McCaffrey has that fumble in the end. It doesn't really matter. I mean, but he doesn't fumble. He fumbled last time he fumbled was in the Super Bowl on the first drive, and You know, it changes momentum. You know, the game is about momentum, and if you don't capitalize on the momentum, and the other team, especially on the road, and you're making mistakes, it's just not going to it's not going to end well. And you know, 12 men on the field. There's been a lot of little you know, bonehead mistakes, but at the same time,
12 men on the field, twice for 5-yard penalties.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I said that when I interviewed Wayne Laverty, the voice of the Green Bay Packers, the other day. In perspective, you look back, I say like the 86 St. Louis Cardinals who won their pennant in 85, and they lost that heartbreaker to the Royals on that phantom missed call by Don Dinkinger, the late rest in peace. Of course, White Herzog.
you got the history.
I mean, next year they play the Mets, who they beat out for the division title on that final week. The Mets took a big series from the Cardinals, 4 straight, and they took off, and they took it. And then, you know, the Cardinals were hit by injuries. They lose Jack Clark and Willie McGee. Some other guys were banged up with that World Series hangover, the way they lost that World Series. And then, you know, the Mets went through the same thing in '87 after they won the World Series. Dwight Gooden missed the first 2 months with his drug issues, off-field issues with the substance abuse, and then they had some other guys hurt. Because when you extend to like early mid-January or February or late October, early November for baseball, it takes time to rest the body, and you know, going for that championship, it's going to come with the body. It comes with consequences with your health in the long haul.
Definitely, and you know, here's my thing for the fans that I look at it like this. You know, we were very lucky in our age to deal with 5 Super Bowl victories.
From the time we were in grade school, from the time we were in junior high, because in '85, my first Super Bowl, Antonio, I go back to was January. I was telling a cool friend of mine, but January 1985, we watched my every first Super Bowl.
You graduated '95,
so it was.
Come on, man, every time. Howdy.
We're gonna.
Oh, is this George Kittle up
George
on
Kittle,
here?
you want to hold that?
Let's mute him real quick. He's on a.
Well, I have to. Well, I'm gonna.
I mean, we're not where we want to be by any means.
Well, I'm gonna.
Losing by 28. Losing by 28.
Oh, we couldn't. At first I didn't know if he was calling in.
No, he was. No,
I'm
he was
just
just
kidding.
post-game pressure. But the
So-
same thing, like our youth. My first Super Bowl I ever watched on TV, 1985. I just turned 8 years old. Niners beating the Dolphins 38-16 against that high-flying offense.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, that I want to say.
And then 89, 88, 89, we were like in 5th and 6th grade.
That was back-to-back. 88, 89 was
6th and 7th
back-to-back.
grade.
Right.
I know people our age or a little older than us you were either in junior high or were in high school when they were winning back-to-back Super Bowls.
We graduated, I think, the same year, Pete.
And
I
then
think
my
we
man
talked about
Brian
that.
Snow, 1995. I mean, a good friend of mine is Brian Snow, who originally from Chicago, big 49 fan. He was a senior, graduating high school the year the Niners won the second Super Bowl in January 1990. We were both in 7th grade.
Right.
In perspective, and then our senior year,
Right.
the last time they won it. I know a lot of people I went to high school with, people went to other high schools who graduated the year, and that was the year when Tom Brady was a senior when the time the Niners won.
Yeah. But here's where I was going to go with this, Brian, because we as Niner fans in the 80s, especially when Joe was quarterback, when Steve was quarterback, it was Super Bowl bust. We never, you could win a playoff game. We were never happy with that. It had to be Super Bowl. The expectations are so high.
And the NFC was the stronger conference.
Right.
The New York Giants.
And it was
the
New York
Washington
Giants.
Redskins. Outside of the Niners and probably the Cowboys, before
They had
Dallas
the Phantom.
got good.
We should have 8 Super
The
Bowls.
Washington Redskins with another step with Joe
Washington,
Gibbs and Joe Theismann and my man, Doug Williams. I mean, I love the Redskins. When the Niners lost that playoff game to the Vikings in '87, I have to think. I really have to thank the Vikings because we saw a piece of history. Though. I knew. Hey, Bill Walsh took over the team to take his team president. Got stripped of his team president to see Doug Williams become the first black minority quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
Get in here. We got 49er Tailgate in the house right now. 49er Tailgate.
Bump Box is in the building.
Bump Box. Don't leave yet. I got to say
George
goodbye.
On the pressure wheel.
Mark, don't leave yet.
You know, we got a lot of people here tonight on Niners Radio 49. We're 11 minutes past the top of the hour at 5 o'clock. you want to talk 49er football tonight, our hotline number is 628-239-8475. Niner fans, wherever you are for the Bay Area, beyond, we are open. We'll be open till they tell us, till they kick us out, give us the heat, send us to the cleaners or for the showers.
So
But-
here's my thing. So if you look at our Super Bowl victories, 81, okay? Then the next one was 84. And then the next one was 88 and 89 and 95. When you look at our Super Bowl losses, 2012, 2019, and 2024, going back to back was 88 and 89 for the Niners, which was an amazing situation.
We were
We
in
actually
junior high when that
won.
happened.
We were in junior high. We won in 88. One of my favorite Super Bowl
My
of all
brother,
time.
no, not my brother, my best friend from high school, his older brother, he had two older brothers who went to Wash. His older brother was a senior when they won in January, in 88, January of 89. And his, the second oldest, who both share a birthday, were 3 years apart, was like a sophomore and junior in high school when the Niners won back-to-back.
Right.
And we were in junior high, middle school, 6th and 7th grade. Every year, for me, because my birthday's on December 29th, it was like birthday, Christmas, New Year's Eve. The last present I get was in late January, when they got that Super Bowl.
Well, here's the thing. San Francisco is a football town. You know, the Giants started winning World Series.
They
late,
won 3 out of 5. I mean,
yeah, right. So here's where I'm going with this. In '88, the team was 10-6. We had a really tough season.
and we're 6 and 5. Remember the quarterback controversy, the way they lost that
There was
playoff game.
problems, and we get into the playoffs. We win the Super Bowl at 10-6. Out of all our Super Bowls, it's such a crazy Super Bowl because it was the lowest. We had the most losses in that season than any other Super Bowl. So going fast forward to where we're at, you know, we lose in 2019. We lose in, you know, last year. It back to back doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
3
And
times
so,
to the NFC Championship.
Right.
I mean, 2 of the 3, well, you know, they get there. They got beat by Philly, but losing to the Rams hurt more because they had that lead, and then they lost it when Jaworski missed the routine fly ball, dropped the can of corn, and that changed the momentum. That close to being another 49ers Bengal Back to the Future Super Bowl of our youth. I mean, I was only 5 years old when they won the first one, so I don't, in January of '82, so I don't remember that one. My recollection more of the 2 of the 8 of the 4 they won, or the 3 of the 4. January of '85 with their convincing win over Dan Marino, the Marx Brothers, and the Miami Dolphins, where they, and then to come back against the Bengals. And remember, they were 6 and 5. The game that turned their season around. And I know you were big. You always say you always have that obsession of John Taylor.
John
they
is
talk
my
about the
boy.
game
Shout out to John
the
Taylor.
Monday night game against the defending champion Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs, a future Hall of Famer. You had Art Monk. You had Gary Clark, Ricky Sanders, the Posse, Charles Mann, and Dexter Manley, and you had Darrell Green, a Hall of Famer.
Green.
When Taylor had that 90-yard return for a touchdown on that Monday night, that kind of turned their season around, and they won 4 of their final 5 games.
JT.
They lost the last game they lost to was the Rams. The Rams needed to win that game to get in, but they, and then they, you know, hey, they got the revenge tour on the Vikings. Then they go to Chicago to beat the Bears in Chicago.
Well, hold on. The revenge tour, we blew the Vikings out, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We were angry in that game. And so here's the thing, guys. You know, we're having an off season right now. We're going to figure it out. We got to sign Brock Purdy. We're going to lose some guys. Some guys are burnt out. Some guys don't got it anymore. You know, we're going to have to reassess who has heart and who doesn't. And you know, some guys are banged up. Some guys have the Super Bowl hangover. We have been in a lot of extended games for a long time now.
Last 3 years.
Yeah.
At least
So
4
guys
of
are
the last
playing.
5 years.
Their seasons aren't ending like a regular season game. So these guys need rest. And football, your body is getting banged up, and it's a short career. So we have to reassess that, and we
Not
have
like
to.
baseball.
Yeah, we're
In
not.
baseball, you could play if you're really good, play at least 10 years, get your pension. Only in the NFL, you can only 3 to 5 years, the minimum.
And in conclusion, where I'm going with this is when you make it to the Super Bowl, you have to win.
Gotta win.
Because if you don't win, you don't know when the next time you're ever going to be back there. So our expectations are high. We're very bitter as a fan base after losing in overtime last year. And
I don't know about that. I mean, hey,
I'm
I think the
upset
ones who are more
still,
bitter.
you
I
know.
think maybe for your kids, and I'm doing it in a. I feel their pain.
So I
if
agree
you're
for
30
that.
and over, you
I-
have not seen the night. They've never seen the Super Bowl in their
So-
victory in their lifetime. They're
So
0 for 3.
B. I'm bitter because I paid for the damn ticket.
I know. You put your heart and soul in
I'm
that.
just like,
I mean,
you know, I
the
put.
people, all the people came from the Bay Area, all around the globe to go
So-
to Vegas.
So when
What
I
did you put
graduated
into
high
it?
school,
Bring
when I
me-
graduated high school, I said, you know, I'll never miss a Super Bowl, and I've lost 3 of them. I've went to 3 and I've lost. So where I'm at as of today is, please don't break my heart, Niners, in a game like the Super Bowl. Break my heart by not playing early on, so that my heart is not in it like that. And it is kind of crazy to think like that, but what I'm saying is our fan base is on edge. Prices of tickets are high. Prices to go to park to the game is high. So shout out to Gold Bar Whiskey for
Right.
putting on these events that make sense for the fans, because it is the fans first. This is
I agree.
by the fans for the fans, and we are
And I
being
usually
priced
don't go out
out.
to bars too much. Go here or go to do tailgate
Right,
shows,
right,
or
right.
even go to Keys Yard Pub, the original home of the 49ers, right
Right.
across the street from the old home. I
Right.
mean, that's where we're all started for the faithful. I mean, and let me tell you about the Super Bowl loss. And I told a lot of people, I tell you for the record straight, when they lost that Super Bowl, I really didn't. I had more in my life. More was mine. I know the Niners, if they would have won it, but mentally I was strained because of the issues. Leaving the University of San Francisco baseball, and then St. Mary's back at 2 Division I with 2 great coaches because of issues that went down, and we're fighting for Coach Giarratano, which if it wasn't for him, I would not be in this position. In perspective, trying to land somewhere, and I took a year off last year. Now I'm over doing Cal Bears baseball, so we're gonna have to
That's dope.
do a little.
I like
St.
the
Mary's.
Cal Bears. I like the Cal Bears.
I
man.
know you live in Antioch, not far from St. Mary's, but in perspective, I have sympathy. The loss, my loss that I had was heartbreaking. Losing a good mentor and not able to go to cover a regional with that team on the national stage exclusively. I know what it's like. I know what's like because that was my bread and butter for nearly a quarter century with that university, and unfortunately things didn't turn out well as I hoped for, and right now we're just trying to battle through the courts to get him exonerated. I'm not going to go into full detail, but it puts things in perspective, Antonio. That it was
Brian, keep doing what you love to do. We're out here. Sports motivates people. It's a good distraction. We got things going on in life. We got bills that we got to pay. But sports talk, you never can measure somebody unless you can't measure someone's heart, right? So,
Right.
so if the odds are against you, if someone says you can't do something, sports, you've seen it done over and over through sports. Competitive sports, and it's no matter if it's baseball, basketball, or football, or
baseball
any.
is my very first love, and I love doing play-by-play
Right,
on
right.
internet radio. And with my platform, if people can't watch the game, they can watch it radio tradition. And I've seen people at KBR losing their good people lost their jobs, and I could reflect on just like 5 years ago around this time, it was on the week when the Niners were getting ready to play
Right.
the Packers for the Sunday night game here or at Levi Stadium. I've known her for 4 years, but a friend of mine's had lost her dad of
Right.
cancer.
Oh man.
Lost her dad of cancer, and I didn't meet her until during the COVID shutdown. But I'm not going to mention her name, just but it keeps things in perspective, because she always, my friend always have a hard time in, and losing a parent like that's not that easy. And I think
one.
5 years ago when I was on the high working at Amazon, and just the way the Niners had their turnaround season, and You know, I had a crazy, weird feeling that someone out there might not be having especially during the holiday season. As we're now getting ready to start the holiday season, the last 6 weeks of this year. You know, put things in proper perspective there.
So, you know, sorry about your friend and
She's
that.
doing good,
but
though.
but here's just to change the subject and bring it back to today's game. The fans showed up today.
Yes, they did.
We had a really good time. You know, we had some really great giveaways. Shout out to Bump Box.
Bump
Box came out, man.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna have to snatch up a Bump Box one day when I have more financial flexibility.
Thank you, Bump Box. And
Bump Box, you gotta give these guys. That could be one of those. Ooh,
isn't it nice? You know, get a picture of these before you go and post them on your page. But
Rayo Raheem, the guy who played Rayo Raheem and Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. He would have been. He's now passed, and Spike Lee would have.
Yeah, that was
it.
like that was the weird Bump Box kind of like. But here's the
Can you
thing.
imagine if we had a Niner Bump Box bumping that down and down to up in New York, man?
We had some amazing
I don't know
giveaways.
about that. Y'all might, you know how these cops up there in New York, y'all might get arrested for that. I'm just kidding.
We had some amazing giveaways, and
Yes.
you know the fans stayed to the end, and this is diehard territory. You know, this is not bandwagon stuff. We love our team. We're 49ers for life, right? In the end, and so you know what we do for this team is above and beyond. So I want to say thank you to Gold Bar Whiskey. I want to say thank you to Bump Box. I want to say thank you to everybody on the Gold Bar Whiskey staff that put on this event. And I want to say thank you for having me as your host, DJ JMO, 49er Tailgate, and thank you to everybody that came out. You know, regardless if the Niners win or lose, I'm going to continue to do this for you guys because that's what it's about. It's about the fans, and it's about, you know, bringing people together. Brian, this was awesome. I thank you always for coming out, man.
I thank you all the time because, you know, what we were 11 and a half years ago, actually at the end of the 12th season when they were getting ready to make that run, I run the Jay Asperanza. That was almost like the pilot. And I said, we're going to do something
Jay
next
was
year.
here today. Shout out
And
to my
then-
brother
and
Jay.
then, you know, because you was at the Red Zone. We were at the
Red Zone,
where
yeah,
it was
Candlestick.
really the pilot, the final year at Candlestick Park.
Yes.
And then, you know, Jay got me on Empire Road, your sister, Abe, Trey, Jamie,
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts. A lot of people
a
involved.
lot of people. We built this. I mean, I really thank you guys because, you know, I got that won that award. That's why I paid homage to all you guys and people.
Thank you for shouting me out on that, man, and congratulations on the award
I
too.
rarely have won awards like that, and I enjoy every. But now I have to keep. Even though the Niners, it looks bleak. Hey, nothing changes. Got to keep on finishing strong for this year. 'Cause I think 25 for me personally, Antonio, it's going to be a banner. Could be a banner year. Could be a banner
Well,
year.
you know, you got
And
my support. You got
get to come along for the ride, though.
Yeah, you got my support. Anything you need, and I can't wait for baseball season too, because we're gonna be out here in the city, Brian. You know how I run into you
Waiting
on the
for Cal
baseball season. Come on.
coming up. I hope we do some regular play-by-play. I'm trying to get
So
that,
we'll
my
talk
autism,
offline about
platform.
baseball. We'll talk offline about baseball, but we do baseball season too.
All right, so let me get my man from the Bump Box come on.
Yep,
now.
thank
We
you,
forgot
thank you.
about him today. Antonio, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you
All right, so we'll see you back out there in 2 weeks when the Niners play the Bears, and hopefully things.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Here on Niners Radio 49. Well, man, how you been, man?
Oh man,
Your name?
Isaiah.
Isaiah from BumpBox.com.
How's it
You
going?
guys brought down the house tonight, this afternoon.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yep, I mean, I love those. I was so obsessed or fascinated with those Bump Box. I don't know obsessed, but fascinated with those Bump Box.
Yeah, it's truly an interesting new thing. You know, bringing the old style boom boxes into the modern day with modern day technology. And honestly, I had such a great time. And this was an amazing event. And I appreciate you coming out.
Oh man, I mean, I saw that for the first time last week, and you know, we're gonna try to wrap it up because the battery's starting to run down a bit. So just tell us more about the Bump Box, though.
Yeah, of course. So we're a Bluetooth speaker company, but not just that. Honestly, how I like to say it, sound with style. We like to be a speaker company that, you know, matches your aestheticness, and there's a bump box for everybody out there. No matter what your style is, what you do, if you go outside, we have a thumb, we have a slapstick, those are water resistant, and then if you just want to have, you know, a party in your backyard, in your kitchen, a party in your shower by yourself, singing, we have a bump box for you.
Okay, so check you out at bumpbox.com. My juice is about to run out. We're on a short time. So
Good old bumpbox.com. Hey,
all right.
Thank you so much. I'm going to see you soon.
See you back out there in a couple of weeks when the Niners play the Bears.
Yep, I'll be there.
I'll be out there. 49ers tailgate, bumpbox.com. I will be getting one of those really soon down the road. So, well, that's the story how it ended. Niners fall to the Packers 38-10. They fall to 5-6. The Packers go down to 8-3. And we will have 49ers live tomorrow night, immediately following Monday Night Football. Tomorrow night after Monday Night Football, we'll go on around 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Short week this week. Then we have triple header Thanksgiving on Thursday, 3 football games on Thursday. And then the high school football will be out at Turkey Bowl for the city section championship. We'll give you some highlights as well. Latest news on 49ers News, go to 49ers.com and check us out at youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. From here at the Gold Bar Whisky, Professor B, and with Isaiah from Bumpbox, and for Antonio Vallo and DJ Jama, so long from the Gold Bar Whiskey here in Treasure Island in San Francisco. Thank you for watching 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49 is a presentation of Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team is a fan and every fan has a voice. The network home of champions. 49ers favorite football, faithful to the Bears.
Mate, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hope you have a safe drive home. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.